What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We are back with another HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU OverDrive. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you share this with your friends. Bring some more people along. Tell them to come on along and we can have some fun right here. Make sure that you comment on the stream and most of all, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 1,700. We are 29 people away from 1,700. So just go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you also want to become an exclusive member of the OverDrive family, all you gotta do is just hit that join button. We have two tiers, OverDrive Purple and OverDrive Blue. So we gonna be here. You get everything when I come along, when I go on live, polls, text, whatever you need to have, we have it for you right now. But also just make sure that you just hit that like button so we get this everything to be recommended in the YouTube stream in the algorithm. So we can be on top. We are counting down to our 1 year anniversary for the channel. Probably doing some show some old shows of what I've done, and what's in store Miss Jerica, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see. Whew. How's everybody day today? How's everybody day? Let me know where you from. Let us know where you from. Anyway, let's see what we got going on. It was it. I want to give a shout out to everybody that came on Monday. We had an interesting topic that we talked about with John Morant, and what are the things that our players in the HBCU ranks can learn from Mr. Morant and the mistakes that he's making that right now. We also talked about the anti DEI bill that was passed in Florida on Monday by Governor Ron DeSantis, or what I call the Satan, because he ain't for nobody except for himself. Um, if you feel like you don't belong, hey, come to a HBCU. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. What's going on, brother Israel? What's going on, man? So, other than that, we gonna get into it. Gonna start it up. Give me about see if we can get at least 35, 40 people in. Let's get 40 people in here. We get 40 people in here, we'll get it started. Um, we'll get it started while I do try to get this going. Let me get this going right here. But got 32. Miss Quay, how you doing? How you doing? While we at it, we'll go to a commercial break. And this commercial is brought to you by our good friends at WeWorkForEverything.org. Be right back. HBCU OverDrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. We are back. We are back. We got some more people that came in. Southbound as always. What's good, my brother? Checking in from the ATL. Mr. Hardy, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Make sure, like you said, make sure you check out the sponsor with the merch. She's on it. We own it. We own it. Um, there we go. So I did something today. Well, I did it yesterday, and I emailed Andrew Roberts, who is the director of media relations for the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and I basically emailed them in regards about media credentials for the SWAC Football Media Day, which is going to be held in July. And y'all know it's going to be in Birmingham. So I pretty much did option A, which was basically sending an email to him and see what he say. If he didn't say anything within a timely manner, if I didn't get anything within a timely manner, then option B was to go ahead and call him. So I did option A, which was to email him. Not fast turnaround because I did this yesterday. Fast turnaround. I actually got the email back from him today, earlier today, with a link to try to get the credentials. So I sent that in. Hopefully, we'll hear something back. Excuse me, in the next couple of days or a week or two. It all depends. It all depends. So I just want to make sure that that I am going to be in good standing with the conference. I don't have anything to say bad about the conference. Now I do criticize. There's a difference, y'all. I do criticize the conference. If they are indeed not doing what they're supposed to do. Now, it's not a bad thing about criticizing. It's not a bad thing about, you know, wanting to try to see we could do better as far as a conference as a whole. But um, I'm trying not to step on nobody's toes. I'm trying not to step on nobody's toes. And that is my whole thing about it. I don't want to be the bad guy in this situation. And we gonna at Southbound, we gonna get into that also, man. We gonna get to that before we get into the main topic. So the first topic we gonna get into tonight, HBCU tonight. Let me get my banner up for it right now. I'm gonna have some theme music for that one for this shows right here. HBCU tonight. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can uh um do the audio from Prairie View since they play the intro for it. But so and I'm right, you're right. It's criticism is one thing. You got, we could be critical, critical thinking, constructive criticism, it all plays its part right there. But when you, like you said, when you do slander towards some that you're always covering, um, they're not gonna go for it. They're not gonna go for it. So my whole thing is to get the past media credentials. That way we can get it. I'm trying to be real with it. I told y'all I'm trying to be real with it. But let me get my screen to share. So the first topic for tonight is is this is my boy, bro, Kelly Flicks, HBCU Flicks. All right. If you haven't done it, go check out his YouTube page. Uh, he's getting started, so we want to get this brother to the same way that we got myself. But he coming out, he came out with a way too early top 10 prediction, right? This is just according to him, y'all. It's nothing. It's nothing against anybody else, but this is just according to him. And he has the right to put, you know what I'm saying, to, the right for his opinion. But we also got a right to kind of do a little bit of scrutiny on this one. So, but other than that, um, other than that, we I wanted to show y'all this. And so this is, like I said, this is the top teams HBCU way too early 2023 rankings. And so, of course, you got the guy that won the Celebration Bowl for North Carolina Central and Davius Richard. Bad mofo. He's a bad mofo. So I would not discredit this kid right here at all because he put on a show in the Celebration Bowl. He did his thing. Now, here's his rankings. This is his rankings by this is according to him. And I should be able to, I'm gonna try to come up with some rankings too. I'm gonna try to do some rankings on when it comes to this. But the first team he got on there is North Carolina Central, which is cool. That's cool. I can live with that. I you know I can live with North Carolina Central being number one. Oh, y'all about to get it. Y'all about to get to it too. So now this is where I kind of would disagree with him. So at number two, he has FAMU. Number three, he has Tennessee State. Number four, Howard. Number five, Alcorn. Number six, Prairie View. At number seven, Jackson State. Number eight, Morgan State. Number nine, Southern. And number 10, Alabama A&M. Now, that's from his opinion. So I'm not going to bash my boy's opinion, but I am going to do a little bit of debating on this right here. We're going to do a little bit of debating. This what's going on me at Mike? This is based off my boy Kelly Flicks, man. Y'all go check him out. Like I said, he's on Twitter, he's on YouTube. We want to get him to 1,000 subscribers. He's based out of Inglewood, California. They're the missus. She say Inglewood. What it is? Up to no good. She say up to no good. so so I want people to understand, y'all. This is where I come from. This is where I'm coming in, and I'm putting it. I'm. This is unbiased. This is my unbiased opinion. Number one, he has right. North Carolina Central. They are the Black national champs. We cannot argue on that whatsoever. But what I do have a problem is at number two, you got FAMU. And what are we basing? What are we basing this on? Are we basing it on schedule? Are we basing it on this year's schedule? Are we basing it on what they did last year? Are we also basing on what they brought back as far as retaining talent? Are we be basing on what they lost in talent? Because you got to put it in. You have to put all those variables in perspective when it comes to actual rankings. Okay, now FAMU at number 2. I'm taking them off. I'm taking FAMU off. FAMU would be my third team. FAMU would FAMU would be my third team. My second team would be Jackson State. And here's the reason why. You talk about Jackson State, they were the reigning defending SWAC champs. They won the SWAC East Division. They were the representative in the Celebration Bowl, even though we did lose to those boys from Durham. Okay. I'm taking FAMU and putting them at number 3. I'm putting Jackson State at number 2. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, at number 3, it'll be FAMU. 4, at 4 is right. I will have Howard at 4. Reason why I have Howard at 4, they really did lose a lot. They kind of have a semi, I wouldn't say easy schedule, but they have a decent schedule. The momentum that they had from last season coming into this season, it's pretty much like they're on the road with the recruiting too. We're bringing in the players that they brought in. They really didn't, like I said, they really didn't lose a lot of people. The main thing is they got their quarterback. I mean, Quinn Williams, he came back for another year. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Howard to do big things in the MEAC. Will they give Central a run for their money? They probably would. It all depends. It all depends. Let me see what we got up in here. That's my boy Will Between the Game Sports. That's my brother right there, man. Salute to my boy. We got my guy Craig Hall up in here. Third Ward Tiger, TSU. So now, at 5, you have Alcorn. What I'm going to do at 5, I'm taking Alcorn out. I understand it's Fred McNair. It's Fred McNair. We all know Fred does wonders. We all know Fred does wonders with teams that nobody really not going to say too much anything about. We know this. So I'll take Alcorn out. Who would I put in this place? I'm not gonna put A&T in there because they have a whole colonial schedule. Will I put Tennessee State in there? I might put Tennessee State. It all depends on what Eddie George does this season. He has been recruiting. Now, don't get me wrong. He has been recruiting. Monroe Beer coming in from UAB. Kayvon Pope coming back from injury. You got a lot of people that came back. The main thing about Tennessee State is Draylon Ellis. Is he going to be there or is he not going to be there? That is the main question about Tennessee State. Prairie View at number 6. I will keep Prairie View at number 6. Why? Because they pretty much returned their whole team. Looking at their schedule, the only hard games that they really have, of course, they have an early contest in Dallas against SMU. They also play FAMU in Tallahassee for FAMU's homecoming. Now, Morgan State at 8. I wouldn't put them in the top 10 just yet. I will not put Morgan State in the top 10 just yet. In place of Morgan State, I will put Texas Southern in there. I will put Texas Southern in spot of Morgan State. Southern at 9. I don't know about Southern. It all depends on who the QB is. That is all it is. They have some attrition within their ranks, but it all depends on who the QB is. Point blank. And then you have Alabama A&M at 10. Now, they did get a QB in the portal, so we'll see how that goes. But I won't put them at 10 because you leaving at Alabama State. You're leaving out South Carolina State because South Carolina State has retooled, revamped. We talking about Buddy Pugh. Buddy Pugh is a master at this, taking less talent and making something out of nothing. But that number 2 spot, I would have Jackson State. Number 3, it will be FAMU. Number 4, Howard. Number 5, Tennessee State. Number 6, Prairie View. Number 7, I put number 7, I will put Texas Southern. Number 8, like number 8, 9, and 10 is a toss up. So I would take Morgan State out of there, even though we'll see what Damon Wilson will do as far as what he has on deck with those guys out of Baltimore. And then number 10, I would probably replace A&M with Alabama State. That would be my top 10. But like I said, this is my guys' top 10. This is way too early. So that's the key word. Way too early. We still got 2.5, 3 months left in before the first game. So everybody's saying there's so much disrespect, but it's way too early. And people think I think he did this because of the players that we lost, but you gotta understand the players that we picked up in the portal too, the portal give it and the portal take it away. You know, I can't I can't see myself, like I said, with FAMU being number 2. I can't. And they will have to redeem themselves in the Orange Blossom Classic, which they have lost the last 2 years. That is the difference right there. But we're gonna go ahead and move along from that one right there. But I'm trying to see if my guy, he is with D2 HBCU football. See if he's gonna come on tonight because we want to talk about what's going on. I want to talk about what's going on as far as with Kentucky State. But before we get into that, have y'all seen what Jackson State is doing with recruiting right now, post spring game? Have y'all seen what TC Taylor and that crew down on 1400 J.R. Lynch Street is bringing in for the team, and this is just for 2023. We haven't even gotten to the 2024 recruits yet they've been offering from since for the last couple of weeks. The big news, I mean, okay, of course, with recruiting, the big news is Cornish Miller, Junior Miller, who came in when Prime came in at first in 21. He played in 21 in the fall of 21, got some meaningful minutes, got some meaningful playing time. 22 comes around. Um, there's not enough. I don't think it's enough bodies to be coming around on, and he jumps in the portal. He jumps in the portal. Nobody picks him up. Hopefully that he did go to class, that he did do some classes while he was in the portal. Uh, to let all athletes know, if you're in the portal, make sure that you are taking classes. That way you're not you're not behind on anything. You can graduate on time. And he gets the call back from TC about coming back to the school. And we talking about a big body at 6'3", 6'4", about 310, 315 as a dog. Now remember, he transferred in from Auburn. He transferred in from Auburn, and he couldn't. I mean, he did a little thing at Auburn, and he brought himself to Jackson. Um, also, let me see. As far as when it comes down to it, we've been. Let me get it, because we've been on a roll for the longest. We've been on the roll when it comes to recruiting. I don't think we had a miss on recruiting since spring game. I mean, other than Niles Gaddy going into the portal and um, getting picked up by Missouri, I don't think we haven't missed a beat. We have not missed a beat when it comes to recruiting. And then for 2024, let me tell you what Coach TC been doing. TC been all around the South. He been here in Texas. He in North Carolina. He went to Florida. He gone to of course he gonna be in the state with Mississippi. He Tennessee. We talking about Louisiana. My man's been everywhere. He's been everywhere trying to get that talent for 24, because he knows that that's going to be the bread and butter class right there. That's going to be the bread and butter right there. And always what TC say, he ain't done yet, so stand by. So we you know how we do. We stand by. We looking. We searching. We trying to figure out what's going on. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Sam Smith, thank you. Tyus Martin is committed. I think he's from Colorado. A man from Colorado left out, you know, from the land of Siberia Huskies and decided to make his way down south. He said he tired of seeing the snow bunnies and he ready to come back home to some good soul food. Committed today. Big pickup. Talking about a guy with a high motor that can, you know, go from sideline to sideline, good on the run, good on the run, disruptive when it comes to the pass game. You can say you can say is 1-11, Adrian. You can say 1-11, but he's going to get his chance to be in this defensive line rotation. That's just six. That's just six. We ain't got we've still got Doyle. You got Barney. We got a lot of dudes that can get to. We got a lot of dudes that can get to the QB. And I think TC did. He took a lesson. He took a lesson out of the playbook of what happened when we played North Carolina Central in the Celebration Bowl. Of course, with the offensive line, getting the offensive line together, that's a good that's the main issue. That's a main issue. Also, that D line, you can't mess with that D line. And he was the number 2 player in the state of Arkansas in 2021. It's just something about Arkansas players that we get, and they are gems for us. They are gems for us. Yes. See what else we got. I'm looking at the comments right here. JSU by 40, man. As always, JSU by 40. JSU by 40 as always. What's going on? HBCU band talk. What's good? That's funny, y'all. That's funny. Y'all lay off my guy, man. He good. He good. He talk noise. You know, he can't help it. He a Jaguar with that funny looking blue and gold. But you know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there, man. Let me see if I get my guy on here. Oh yeah, you, Mister. Oh yeah, Zion, Stanley Cooks. Yes, you. We forgot about all those guys right there. They're going to be the D line is intact, y'all. The back four is intact. The linebackers, I did have a little bit of questions, but I know linebackers the linebackers gonna be just fine. Another team y'all need to watch out for as far as when it comes to recruiting right now, y'all need to watch out for Valley. I keep telling y'all watch out for Mississippi Valley. Coach Wade is trying to build a team out there at Itabena. Watch out for them. Thank you, Mike Hughes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the donation. Running it back and still believing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, I'm telling you, as far as with Valley is a Valley is a sleeping giant. Y'all better watch out for Valley. A lot of teams have not been watching out for Valley. Coach Wade has been in that portal, and that portal been his friend. He been on the road. The road being his friend. Y'all better watch. Like literally, got to watch out for that team right there. But yeah, I mean, of course, like they're gonna be light years behind Jackson State. But what I'm saying is, don't sleep on them because they can. Don't sleep on them because they can sneak up on some folks. That's the thing I'm saying. That's the thing I'm saying. Don't sleep on them because they can sneak up on some folks. Yep, they can sneak up on people, and like I said, don't don't sleep on them boys because hey, they catch them on a good day. Catch Valley on a good day. Just ask Prairie View. Catch Valley on a good day. Like for real. Ask Prairie View. Ask Prairie View about what happened when they played Valley. They caught them slipping. They caught them slipping. But let me get this banner up right here. All right. So man, we're gonna talk about this, y'all. We're gonna talk about this. I don't know if my guy gonna come on tonight, but we're gonna talk about this. Anybody want to come in the chat? Uh on the stream, I will send out the link to jump on and we can talk about anything that we want to talk about. And after that, we'll lead on to Ken Clark and the 1400 Club. Anyway, As always, we got Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford about to come on up in here and grace us with his presence. How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how's it going, Doc?
Everything's good. Everything's good.
Yeah,
So
I
we
wanted to pick a bone with this Mr. Elijah. I think it's Jeremiah Clark who said something about me eating neck bones and all that. Mr. Clark, uh, let me say this to you: you stuck on stupid now. I eat
uh
according to Leviticus 11. That's the dietary laws. That tells me how to eat.
yeah.
Okay, so I don't eat pork. I don't eat seafood.
Okay.
Okay, so I know you want to be stupid and say what you had to say, but I just want to let you know if you do the reading of Leviticus 11, that tells you how I eat. But Doc, I just had to say that, okay?
You good, Mr.
Because you know I go back and read the chat because there's a lot of good stuff in the chat. I learned a lot of stuff from the chat, but I saw that I want to, Mr. Jeremiah Clark want to be ignorant and stupid, so I just want to address that.
Oh man. So first thing we was talking about my guy Kelly Flicks, he did a way too early prediction.
Does he know anything about the SWAC? How can you put Jackson State at number 7? They haven't lost a game in the SWAC in 2 years. They got the second best recruiting class in the FCS. They got the number 1 recruiting class in HBCU sports and football. And you got them number 7. Has he ever been to a SWAC game? I heard you say he's from Inglewood.
Hey,
Okay, does he know anything about the SWAC?
I think he knows something about the swag. I think
He
he knows.
does know. Okay, well, I just looked at it now. I was like,
It's just way too early. Way too early for me.
oh, that's something. Because I
I
was
will say,
wondering if he was just keeping up what he see on TV.
but I'll just say, when I looked at it, I was like, hey, I would have to put Jackson State at number 2 because of the
Yeah,
simple fact that going by what we did last season, even though yes, we lost to them guys from Durham,
yeah. Oh, they're
we
the defending national champs. That's true.
yeah, they're the defending national champs, so
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna be number
That's right. Until somebody brings them down,
That's
they
it.
should be number 1.
So, and I'm just saying what we lost in the portal this off season, we gained a lot in the portal. So it's not like that it's not like TC ain't doing what he's supposed to be. He ain't doing his job because he's out there busting his butt trying to get the players to come in and
Oh yeah,
to believe in the system.
yeah. I saw that about that kid Miller coming back to Jackson. Now
Mhm.
the problem with the first time he came, he was out of shape. He didn't get in shape. He
Right.
was good for maybe a down and a half. So hopefully, as Coach Bradley and them will get him in. They will, because they run a serious. I saw him when they were at Durham at Central.
Mm-hmm.
TC and them and Jerry Mack and them, they ran a serious off-season program. I mean, it was serious. I mean, summer program. Yeah, they ran a serious summer program.
Oh yeah, I feel you. But
Yeah, so hopefully he'll get in shape this time
oh
because
yeah,
he can play. I mean, he can play. Now, you said 330. If we could get him down to 300, maybe 290,
I think
he'd be a
I don't
terror.
think he's not 330. I think he's probably like if he's at like 310, 315, that's still good right there. As long as he
Yeah,
still got the quickness
yeah.
and lateral movement,
Well,
you're
now we talking 6'2", 6'3". What are we talking?
6'3".
Yeah, we could if we could go 6'3", 300 or 6'3", 290, he'll be a terror. He can stay on the field 3 down.
Oh yeah. And don't forget, Mr. Ford,
Mhm.
we rotate our
Oh
defensive
yeah,
line.
y'all deep in the defensive line. Y'all deep in the defensive line. I'm kind of like you. I still have some questions about that linebacker core. You know, I got to be honest with you now. You know how you mean you don't talk about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love that Geronte Davis.
Yeah.
You know, I liked him now.
Oh yeah.
I like that Geronte Davis. I know he gone, but I just got to, and I love that other boy that went to Kennesaw State too. That Byron Hobson.
Baron Hobson. Yeah.
I liked him too. So I just got to see him. I got to go back and look at my spring game, my Jackson spring game, because
And I
see,
was
um,
no, but I was just looking. I was like, now looking at his poll, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't put And then the other thing too, I was looking at, I was like, Tennessee State at number 3. I can't put them at number 3.
No, me either.
I would put, I would now. This is
Uh,
where I would put FAMU at number 3.
yeah,
I will put FAMU at number 3.
yeah,
He has Howard at 4, so I keep Howard at 4 because of the simple fact they are co-champs.
right.
They bring back their quarterback. They bring back a lot of skilled players. They didn't lose a lot. That's the thing, and they have a favorable schedule this coming up season.
Okay.
It all depends on what they do when they play Central.
Oh yeah, I still think Central's gonna dominate that conference. I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's what's that coach's name up there?
Trey Oliver.
Man, that boy's good, man. Listen, man. Trey's something else, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It could be a rematch in that Celebration Bowl.
I would like the rematch.
Yeah, I think it could be a rematch. I think it could be a rematch.
Now let's not forget, you still got the dean of the MEAC down in Orange.
Buddy, yeah. Now, does Buddy have to go to Durham or Trey has to go to Orangeburg?
I think they go to Orangeburg this season.
They got to go to Orangeburg. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna still get an edge to Trey, man. I like this guy, man. I like Trey. You know, I got nothing but respect for Buddy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Trey, he didn't lose nothing, and then, well, you know, he did lose that Bullock kid, I think, to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, he's added some people too, man. I think he, like you said, I think he's been friendly with that transfer portal. You know, they put a list out the other day. It's Jackson, Fam used it, Grambling. Some more. They showed the black schools that really used that transfer portal in the last cycle. I think y'all were number 1, but I know Fam was in it too.
So he got Alcorn at 5. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe in Coach Fred McNair because he could turn nothing into something.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Listen, if that boy comes through from that Missouri, listen, man, everybody gonna be on pins and needles. That boy's gonna. If from what I've seen on the film, that kid is good, man.
Right.
And you know, Fred is a former quarterback. He gonna make him feel right at home. He gonna, make that boy better than what he is.
Right.
So if he comes out on fire, listen, man, everybody gonna be on pins and needles.
All right.
Yeah.
He got number 6 Prairie View, which I would keep Prairie View at number 6 because they return pretty much everybody.
That's right.
They add Caleb Johnson in the transfer portal. They get skilled receivers. It all hinges on the quarterback position.
I want Prairie View to be a little bit more balanced. Bubba basically did about a 70-30, 70% running, 30% pass. Yeah. I want Conley to be better too.
Uh-huh.
I want Conley because, like you said, they got the talent now. The talent is there.
They got the talent.
They got the talent. But I want the offense to open up a little bit more. I want a more balance. If we can go 60-40, 60% running, 40% throwing, I'll be good.
Yeah. That would be that's even that would pretty much be like an even.
Yeah.
I won't say even balance, but close to it.
Right.
Close to it. Because if he could get, because if Conley could throw for at least 2,500 yards and probably like 15, 16 touchdowns in the air, and then what he can do on the ground, that makes for that team will be explosive.
Yeah, I think so. But I agree with you too now. You know, I've already said this now. When I found out that Everett Todd is on that Texas Southern staff, I'm an Everett Todd fan.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched him at Grambling.
Right.
And I think he's going to make a big difference. I'm going to be honest with you, man. I love Everett Todd, man.
Now, the when he got Jackson State at number 7,
that's crazy.
Number 7 would be Texas Southern.
Yeah, right.
I would take the Texas Southern number 7 because it hinges on Andrew Body, for one, staying healthy. 2, can he lead the team? You know what I'm saying? Be more dynamic with the offense. But like you said, with every time being the DC, it changes the whole dynamic of the whole.
That's right, man.
Whole team.
Do you know what? That might be the best move in the West. No, I'll take it back. It's got to be that kid down there at Alcorn. That
Hmm.
kid from Missouri. Yeah, I'll take it. He'll be the second best move. But that kid from Alcorn, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
At,
but
at,
that kid
number 8, he got Morgan State. I
got
don't
to get
think
a quarterback. I got to see him with a quarterback.
that's the main thing. I can't put Morgan State up there just yet.
Right.
So
Got to get
in
a
the place
quarterback.
of Morgan State, I will put South Carolina State in that place because of that, like I said, Buddy Pugh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because they're bluebird. I mean, a blue blood from
Hmm.
way back, man. South Carolina State goes way back.
So I will put I will put South Carolina State number 8. Number 9 is Southern. Um,
Now, let me say this about something. Let me say this. Now, you know the kid from Oklahoma.
uh-huh.
He says it's down to Southern and University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Okay.
Listen, the kid can throw it, man. You know, I went.
Throw it. He can throw it. He can spin it. Uh-oh. Mr. Ford lost Mr. Ford for a second. All right now. All right now, Mr. don't get deleted out of here. Oh Jesus. What's up, KJ? It's my guy Kelly Fliss, man. This is his way too early prediction. Just way too early. So we gotta make sure, like I said, it's way too early.
Can you hear me, Doc?
Uh but like I said, number 9 is Southern. We was talking about Southern being
Can you
that
hear me, Doc?
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
We
Doc. If he gets that kid from Oklahoma, man.
okay.
Ooh, ooh.
And at number 10, he got Alabama A&M. They did get a quarterback in the portal. I just seen that.
Okay, now where's this kid coming from?
Dang, where's the
I
kid?
think I saw it too.
I seen it.
It wasn't Buffalo, right?
No. No, it was
Okay.
somebody. It was somewhere else. But I won't put them at number 10. I will put Alabama State at
That's
number.
what I thought too.
I will
Because
put.
they made a big move to go get that offense coordinator. That's a big move.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be the year. I think that the Davis kid comes out. I really want him to shine this year.
Right.
I want that kid to shine.
Okay. That's that. Sam Smith said the kid he's from UT Martin,
Oh, that's coming to
Alabama A&M.
right now. Does he know anything about what kind of height we're talking?
6'4".
Whoa, 6'4". What's his hometown?
I didn't even get to see that one. But I was
Okay,
just
okay.
looking, I was like, okay. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's way too early, so it's a
Oh yeah.
preview. So I mean, I could come out with my own poll, and people can criticize that. I ain't gonna get mad about it, but I know a lot of people gonna be in their feelings when they see it.
Oh yeah.
um, oh yeah, his name is Cornelius Brown.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many years of eligibility?
Look like he got 2 years, 3 years.
Now, did he start at UT Martin?
I don't think he did.
Okay, then okay. You
They
said
say
Cornelius Brown?
Cornelius Brown.
I gotta look him up. Yeah.
So I think they say he's good. So he's good. If he's good,
Oh, listen, man. If he can play, that's a system for you now. Because it's a lot in that system that Maynard has. It's a lot. Quarterback's got to be athletically gifted, but he's got to be real smart too.
Oh, Blue even said something about Tennessee State being number 3, right? He said that's
Hey,
too.
Blue, I'm glad you on here because let me tell you something. That Tommy Tuberville, he done lost his mind.
Oh Lord.
That Tommy Tuberville. I asked him the other night. I thought you was on the line. I said, "Now did Suge Jordan think like that?" And Pat Dye and Doug Barfield and what's the other guy's name? The one that just left. No. What that guy? The one that went to Central Florida. What's his name, Doc?
Malzahn.
Malzahn. They was crazy as that guy. He's a senator from Alabama. What's that?
Tuberville.
Tuberville. Man, Tuberville is trying to push up civil disobedience, riots. To me, he's that stuff is sedition, treason.
Hmm.
He's awful.
Oh man. Oh, uh, Blue said that Cornelius Brown was the MVP of the 2020 Linden Tree Bowl at Georgia State. He
Whoa.
didn't start at UTM because Dresser Wynn had a breakout season.
Oh, okay.
And to get him to go to Alabama A&M and to be
Yeah.
tutelage of Connell Maynor.
On the main, baby. Woo. Can you hear me, Doc?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, listen. On the Cardinal Maynard, our quarterback guru. Mm. That's gonna make that. Hey, that's gonna make that. But still, here's the thing with Alabama A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the offense was gonna get it together, but listen, I still don't really know what bullware got on that defense.
Right.
Because Alabama A&M is an offensive school. That's offense, baby.
Blue done already said. He said Tuba Bill always been a prick.
Yes, he has. He's awful. He is awful. And you know what? They've been giving him a lot of play these last 2 weeks.
Uh-oh. It's Ford. Uh-oh. We lost it again. I think we lost him for a second. Hold on. I'm not saying he's a guru, but just to get down there to be with an actual to be with an ex quarterback as your head coach, it should be a good thing for him. It should be a good thing for him. So anyway, see if we can get. Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me now, Doc?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Doc, I'm calling him a guru. I've watched Cornell over the years. I got to call him a guru. I'm gonna be honest with you. I called Dooley a guru, but now I was upset about what he did last year. But
Right.
I have always liked Eric's work with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That thing that he did to Bubba McDaniel, I will never forget that.
Oh yeah, that was Travis. That was a
Yeah,
Travis.
that's right.
That was a travesty right there.
Yes, it was.
So tonight's man, the main topic for tonight, the main thing we're gonna get into tonight is Kentucky State football with these NCAA sanctions. So if you haven't heard about Kentucky State, they are in some real deep hot water with the football. And it all stems from a player that pretty much exhausted his eligibility.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they were forced by the school president. The school president for Kentucky State forced the hands of the people in the compliance office,
right,
to make sure that this kid was certified.
Now, Doc, you know this is the same guy who brought Jay Hobson to Alcorn, right?
Yeah, M. Christopher Brown. That's what I was about to
Yeah,
get to. I
yeah,
was about to
yeah.
get into that too. M. Christopher Brown was the president of Kentucky State. He was also the president of Alcorn. So remember,
Right.
like I said, he brought Jay Hobson to Alcorn. Um,
He's
so
also the person that stopped him from playing the Capital City Classic. And didn't he tell him he wanted it to go back to the campuses?
go back to the campus. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is. Let me see. I'm see if I can find something that can kind of sum it up. I'm looking at. All right. So I'm going to HBCU game day, and I'm gonna get this going right here. But yeah, just it's so crazy when you think about stuff like this that it do you want to win? Is it about winning that bad, or is it about stroking your own ego?
Well, if you put competent people with a vision at the top, you do well. But if you put people who have these backgrounds of breaking rules and all of that, you're gonna mess up. Now, let me tell you something. I want all of you to go and look at that interview with Billy Joe, with I think it's Vaughn Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they tell you how that lady was named President Castile, Bobby Lee, and all of them destroyed Florida A&M's football program after 2003, and then fired Billy Joe. And they didn't get that program back online until the coming of Willie Simmons. They destroyed that program at Florida A&M from within. And that's what happens. If you don't have competent,
Mm-hmm.
qualified, visionary leadership, you're gonna destroy your program. Can you hear me? Doc, can you hear me? Okay.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all.
Can you hear me, Doc?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm having
Okay.
difficulties over here. But now, what you were saying, Mr. Ford?
I was saying, I want everybody to check on this interview that Vaughn Wilson did with Billy Joe. And
Mhm.
basically, what they telling you in the interview was Florida A&M's program was destroyed from within. This lady named Castile and a guy named Bobby Lee
Right.
come up with this whole idiotic idea that FAMU could play Oklahoma with no more money, no infrastructure. And when they found out the coach wasn't for it, they got rid of it.
Mm. So yeah, man. Let me Let me get this thing going because I kind of had technical difficulties right here. But M. Christopher Brown, who was the president of Kentucky State,
Yeah.
he told him like, hey, you we gotta get this kid, make sure that he's certified, but knew darn well that he had no more eligibility.
Now, was he on that team that beat Jackson State up at the that big classic up in Indianapolis? Remember Jackson played them a few years ago? They
Yep,
played Kentucky State. Kentucky State came in running the wishbone or wing tee or something.
yep, that's it.
Was that kid on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is what it's saying that Kentucky State University is the latest HBCU football program hit with NCAA sanctions for lack of institutional control for the use of an ineligible player. The penalties were the result of a collaborative effort by the only state-run HBCU in the Bluegrass State and the NCAA. The irony, the irony about the situation is that, according to the NCAA, the former president of the school was the one who pushed for the player to get on the field. M. Christopher Brown served as Kentucky State University president from 2017 through 2021. The
Right.
NCAA says that prior to the 2019 season, Kentucky State officials determined that one of its student athletes had exhausted its eligibility. The president reportedly pushed the athletic staff to file an eligibility waiver, ultimately rescinded as the president reportedly assumed responsibility for getting the student athlete on the court, well, on the field. The unnamed student athlete was improperly certified, went on to play in 8 games for Kentucky State, which ended a 12-game losing streak, and compiled a 7-3 record during the 2019 season under first-year head coach Charlie Jackson. That record, however, will be vacated. So basically, that loss we took in the Circle City Classic would be
Give them back to you.
given back to us because
Right.
that player was ineligible. So really, and that was under John Hendricks. Really would make his overall record 7-8 instead of 6-9.
Right. Right.
But here's the thing: he got the sanctions that the NCAA and Kentucky State agreed to, because basically Kentucky State waited until the president left and decided to say, "Hey, we was wrong. We did something wrong, and basically we need to let y'all know what's up." 2 years of probation. That's cool. A $2,000 fine,
Mm-hmm.
which really ain't nothing. Vacating all records from games in which the aforementioned student athlete competed. A 2-year show cause for the former president. An external audit of Kentucky State's compliance program and eligibility processes to be conducted during the 2-year probation. The enforcement staff concluded that the former athletics director was not included in the violations due to the totality of the circumstances, including the direction from the former president and the compliance officer's safety concerns following the eligibility encounter with the student athlete. Basically, what they're saying is everything was on the president.
Yeah. Yeah.
The president did everything was on the president.
But the school is gonna pay. The school is gonna
The
pay.
school's gonna pay. So, and they compete in the SIAC. So I mean, those games, like, teams can actually go after Kentucky State for them using that player. And it's crazy though, because like what you broke, that season you broke, was that an 18-game losing streak, or 12-game losing streak. So you was desperate to try to make sure that your team was winning. That's what it looked. That's what it sounded like to me. You were desperate. And here's the thing, Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
If the player played during that 12-game losing streak, how good was the team overall?
They didn't win the SIAC. They didn't win it. I followed them a little bit. That guy that you talking about was the head coach. He had worked at Air Force with, I think, Jeff Calhoun or somebody, because he brought that offense to Kentucky State. Because when y'all played them, like you said, with John Hendricks now, John them, they couldn't adjust to it.
Right.
They couldn't adjust to it.
I think that game is on YouTube also, man.
It was on, because I saw it live. It was on, was it on ESPN? Because I saw that game. I saw the game live. Because the people up in Indianapolis, they were so happy to see the boom. They had the boom march that Friday and Saturday, and they just thought the boom was it, man.
So now, because of the direction of the former president, you as a school got to be on probation. Um, and also, I mean, like I said, it's a $2,000 fine. It's really not anything. It's nothing right there. The best thing about this is that the head coach at the time he's not being at fault, or nor the athletic director or the compliance officer, because of the simple fact that I think that he threatening with them terminating his job.
But the head football coach left and went to the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember who he went with.
So and for the president to have a 2-year show cause penalty, I mean, that man if he get hired by any other school, he can't do nothing. He can't do nothing wrong. He cannot do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It you know what that reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of it's the same thing reminds me of Dave Bliss.
Oh yeah, that was SMU, right?
No, Dave
Baylor.
Bliss was Baylor.
Baylor. Okay.
I mean, with that was the one at Baylor was so egregious that they like, man, that man couldn't get hired nowhere. If he want to
Yeah,
go to
that's what this show cause is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest with you now. I was really shocked with the way Hugh Freeze left Ole Miss and was able to get Liberty. Because usually they make them guys sit out. Blue, how many years did he sit out? Or did he go straight to Liberty?
I think he sat out a year or so because
He sat out a year?
right? He got fired, right?
Yeah, they ran him out of Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Got the call girls and all that stuff.
Yeah. All right. My guy, he should be about to be on right now. He did with the D2 Division 2 HBCU sports football. So I'm waiting for him to come on to give me his take on this situation.
Hey, Blue, what's your thoughts on that kid Bowen? That's the backup quarterback at Oklahoma that Southern is trying to get. Have you seen him on film?
Mm.
Because I was impressed with that. He could throw that football now.
Oh, okay. Wow. He said Hugh Freeze got a conference ban like 4 to 5 years. He won't even allowed to come back to the SEC until this year.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
They made sure he on. They made sure he. Hey, they like, nah, player. We can't even have you. We can't even have you up in here.
Yeah, when they put that show calls on you, man, they trying to cost you money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's crazy though, when you get just getting a show calls, like, bro, you can't do nothing.
Okay, said he just they wanted Freeze, but the SEC office denied it. Okay, I see.
But
So,
yeah,
so Blue, what's the situation with the kid at Southern? I heard that it's down to Southern and North Carolina, Charlotte. Did you hear that?
mm.
Because I'm telling you, Doc, this kid can throw it now. He's about 5'11", 6 feet, but he can throw it.
what is up with Dooley and trying to get short quarterbacks?
This boy can throw it now. He
I
can throw it.
I understand he can throw it, but what's up with Dooley and short quarterbacks? I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
How tall was Devontae?
Devontae was like 6'1".
Okay. Okay.
Uh, man. So what
That
does
kid
it?
will that kid will thrive in uh Eric's system, man.
Mm-hmm.
He'll thrive, man. He's been well trained. He's from Bishop Gorman, I think, out in Las Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah. He would bring some fire to the SWAC, man.
man. But what does this do with Kentucky State going forward now?
They'll serve their penalty out. They'll serve it out. Because like you said, all the people that was involved are gone. They're gone. President's gone. I know that the head coach is gone. I don't know about the AD.
The AD not gone. The AD still there.
Okay.
Blue said, talking about the screen's desperation.
Desperation. Okay.
Oh yeah, I seen that too. Uh, Montana flipped the kid from Central Arkansas.
That's the 6'4" kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I've read something about him. Yeah. I've read something about him. But yeah, getting back to what you said, the SIAC, I really don't see them, bringing no hammer down on him. So it'll be business as usual. And about what you think, about 2 years, all will be forgiven. Because I
Okay.
don't see them making no noise in their safety. I think this guy here, Benedict, the guy at Albany State,
Mm-hmm.
the guy at Tuskegee,
Yeah.
that's going to be the triumvirate right there. That's who's going to dominate that SIAC.
Mm. Yeah, I don't want to see a championship game where Tuskegee get destroyed by 30 points again.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man. I've said this over and over. That guy, Kenneth Berry, that
Uh,
guy's putting together a dynasty, man. Unless he leaves, because I think some people gonna come after him next year.
I think he needs to come back to the SWAC.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in the SWAC too. I think he's the SWAC of MEAC, because somebody's gonna go after him. Because really now, Buddy got to win this year. If Buddy don't win this year, they're gonna force him out.
Talking about Buddy Pugh,
Yeah, they're gonna force Buddy out.
that'd be crazy if they forced that man out.
How many years he got left on his contract?
I don't even know about the contract. I haven't heard about the contract. I'm just saying it'd be crazy to force that man out.
But that's the way we do, man. Shoot. They do. It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Um. Another thing I was talking about earlier too was TC Taylor going into doing scouting for 24, and for a class of 2024. And what I'm looking at, he going into places that you don't really see Jackson State going to. The pipeline really is, of course, the state of Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana, a little bit of Arkansas, some other places, but going into Texas, like Houston, Texas. It's for
Can you hear me?
okay.
Can you hear me, Doc?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Listen, you're a national brand, man. You're known all over America and the world. So he can go anywhere and everybody knows what that Jackson State name means.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'm looking at the 24s that he trying to get. They trying to offer. I'm
yeah,
looking at some from Katy, Texas, from Katy High School, which is a powerhouse in here in Texas.
right, right.
Um, Katy Taylor, Katy Morton Ranch. Um, I see him like I said, going into the DFW area as always. Getting kids from Louisville and of course over here in Oak Cliff and like getting kids left and right. Then he going into North Carolina. He gone
Yeah,
into
he
the
knows those
backyard.
people up there.
He know people up there.
Yeah, he
He
know them
gone into
people.
the backyard of the MEAC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That man is on a mission for next season. Y'all just don't understand.
Yeah, he's just showing you that he's not inexperienced. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, I watched CC when he was at Central. He and Jerry Mack. Yeah, I saw them up there.
Yeah.
Somebody was saying that PC lost to Eric Dooley when Eric was the OC and he was the OC at Central. Yeah, that's the only celebration bowl that the SWAC has won.
Right.
Yeah,
And I'm just saying, like, this man is going into the central backyard, A&T back. He going into these places and offering these kids like offers, like legit offers. And I'm talking about good solid kids that he's offering to. Like he can't miss with this. He can't miss with this.
who wouldn't want to come and play in front of 60,000 people?
I don't know who other than at a FBS school. I don't know about
Yeah,
else.
that's what I'm saying. They said one weekend, Jackson State had more people at that game than Alabama and Mississippi State. So who wouldn't want to play in front of that?
You're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I would want to play. I want to play. If I'm an athlete, I want to play in front of that. I want to play in
yeah.
front of people.
That's what we said. Like when I was at Grambling, we would come over to Jackson, that big old stadium. Man,
Let's see. What's some other things we got going on? We got who game one of the Western Conference Finals. Yes, last night, and Jokic is
yeah, he's awful.
Jokic is not to be played around with. He is not to be played around with, y'all. Hey,
I'm a Laker fan from way back, man, but I'm going to be honest with you. I went to bed thinking that eventually Denver going to win that. Because it's not just Jokic. You got that Murray kid. You got the Gordon kid. You got the kid that was with the Lakers
KCP.
And that kid that was from Georgia.
Yeah. KCP.
Caldwell Pope or something. Is his name Caldwell Pope?
Yeah, Caldwell Pope.
Oh, that boy's tough. He's tough.
Just, oh my God. I'm like, the man stopped scoring in the third quarter. It was like, look, I'm going to just rebound and pass the ball. He already had a triple double in the third quarter.
Yeah. Didn't he have, 12 rebounds in the first quarter?
Yeah, 12 rebounds in the first quarter. He had 12 rebounds in the first quarter. The man ended up with 34 points, 21 rebounds, and 14 assists.
Triple double.
A triple double.
Triple double.
He couldn't guard this dude on the perimeter. I'm saying, I'm like this with AD. It's like, AD is defense, like long on to the law.
Yeah.
Jokic had that man in the spin cycle.
Yeah. I've always thought that Davis was a 3. He's more of a forward than he is a center.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that getting Hachimura helped him out a lot.
Yeah, he don't like playing center. But
yeah, that's not him.
But now let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it straight. They did. Denver had over a 20-point lead.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they
They
did
came back.
lose it. They and Lakers was coming back. They were
Yeah,
trying to
they
pick
made some
it apart.
adjustments. They did.
Yeah. But it was just they couldn't get it all. They couldn't get it all together.
Yeah, they put together a solid team up there in Denver.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That Murray kid is tough. Gordon, that Porter, Michael Porter.
Mm-hmm.
They put together a good, nice team.
And then let's see. You got tonight is
I'm
Boston.
watching that now. Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Boston and Miami. Last game, Boston. I mean, Jason Tatum cooked my guy.
Yeah,
He
man.
cooked them for 51
He got Doc Rivers fired. When was it? Yesterday or today?
yesterday.
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 Yeah, that's probably the end of Harden in Philly, right? You
I
think
don't
you
know.
think he'll go back to Houston?
He might go back to Houston, but it was just the way that he left out of Houston for me.
Oh, okay. I know one thing. I can't see Philly keeping Tobias Harris. They gave him all that money, and he's not producing.
All right. This is my guy right here.
Yeah.
This my guy right here, HBCU, D2 HBCU football. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
Hey man, look, you can't be cooking me on my show now. You talking bad about, you know what I'm saying? Well, we got last time I was on Golden Bull, you was like, yeah, we had to you had to put us in our place. Like, hold on now, man. Hold on now. That was in our dark days right there. We good now. So hey, I gotta ask you your opinion about Kentucky State, bro. What do you think about Kentucky State? What you think was gonna happen, and how did this all come about as far as with um um the school president doing what he did?
Yeah, so I'm gonna preface the conversation with this because even when we was on the Golden Boot podcast, um, there is a uh, football jargon is just football jargon,
Yeah.
and I'm not like some people who just go completely off on Jackson State fans and just be like all of them, because in mass, all of them are not like that. My own auntie is a Jackson State grad, so I really don't hold that against, and it's just talk and it's banter. However, I do feel like some of the attacks that people make, or when they feel like you're attacking Jackson State, I think it's a little disingenuous, because when they talk about a D2 team beating the FCS team, that's in itself is an accomplishment because of the restrictions that are on Division II teams, and
Mm-hmm.
the deficit in resources that are there. And so to see a fan base belittle a team's accomplishment is outrageous, and especially when the tweet itself was centered around um, uh, it was kind of using football jargon to have a difficult conversation, because the
Right.
conversation about Kentucky State is very difficult.
Right.
If you know anything about the program, they have been down for a long time. They have not always been a part of a historically black conference.
Mm-hmm.
They initially came out of the Grand Valley Conference, Great Lakes Conference, whichever one of those conferences they came out of, and they were actually a quality team. And so then when they came into the SIAC years ago, they've had a series of ups and downs. And for me to see a school go from in 2019, because Jackson State was not the only FCS team that they beat, but because I only talk about HBCUs, I don't care about them really beating the other one. I think they beat Robert Morris first, and
Okay.
then they played Kentucky State. To see a program that you think now is starting to trend up, um, for it all to just collapse is disheartening. For about the last year or so, I've been talking about Kentucky State, and mainly because Kentucky State is in a predicament, and this is where I really want the conversation to go. Kentucky State was at risk of not even having a school. It
Okay.
is something that's really not, that wasn't really talked about, because sometimes Division two HBCUs, they get left in the dark. And so if it took bringing eyes to that to piss a few of the fanatical Jackson State fans off, then so be it. This summer there was an actual state legislators saying publicly, open on the state floor, we should just close Kentucky State down. We should just get rid of the school. And I think all our HBCUs have to be aware of things like that, because I mean, it wasn't that many years ago that the Mississippi legislators were talking about combining Alcorn, Mississippi Valley, and Jackson State.
Yeah.
So it's like the same people who are against, like I'm not an enemy of the Jackson State. Like, there are real enemies. We've seen that in the last few struggles that y'all have gone through. We've seen real enemies. Kentucky State has real enemies. Okay. And I don't know people who are real supporters of HBCUs who are enemies of a different school, but for Kentucky State, their battle is just not as publicized. They, of course, they had this big audit scandal. They had to go before the state legislature and ask for some money to bail them out. Now, I argue it's not bailout money, because it's money that they're already owed. Okay, that was the thing for me. It's money that you already owe Kentucky State for the years and years of underfunding them. But they were basically fighting for their life, in a sense, to just have a program. Then to see those guys in that football program this particular season come out and compete the way they did, they were one game away from making to the SIC championship game. Tuskegee was the only team that stood in their way. Privately, I've talked to like people in that program, players I had good relationship with, the last coaching staff. I mean, and they told me things about they didn't even have balls to practice with coming into the season. Didn't even have, because I think it was some rule that if they spent over $1,000, they had to go before this committee that the state legislature made up to be over their finances. They couldn't even go and buy balls for the football program for practice. But the fact that those guys still toughed it out and that they still was fighting shows a lot about the character. Now they have a new coach. The NCAA came down. The resolution that came down, them having to vacate those games is really a sad, it's a sad position, because it's going to impact students who were not there, and for our schools to have a leader, to have allowed someone to come in and direct that university in a way that it is, that's going to impact them for quite some time. What is 24, 25? That they will be on probation, and whatever to reduce, they already wasn't at full scholarship allotment, because I think on the last coach they had, not the one that recently left, I think he argued that they was only at like 22 scholarships. This is a 22 scholarship team.
Yeah.
That was competing. So Kentucky State, the situation there is disheartening, is dire, and as an HBCU community and collective, outside of the fan and the trash talking that we do, I think we should really rally behind Kentucky State, because it can be any of our universities. Anytime we take our eyes off or get relaxed, the powers that be that are against all of our universities, can at any moment strike. And if we're not prepared, hey, they can close our door. We can talk about resiliency all day long, but there's a list of HBCUs that have not made it, that did not make it, that have closed their doors. So it's just.
So what do you think about, what are your thoughts about the former president doing what he did, knowing that it could put the school in a bind, like for real? About and did he use, to me, I feel like he used his powers to, as the president, to say, hey, if you don't do this XYZ, you're gonna get that pink slip.
I think it's dire for our schools, just because this is centered around sports. But I think it's dire that we get more concerned with the institutional workings of our universities, get more involved in our board of trustee members, because the NCAA said they had lack of institutional control, right? Sometimes you can be in a place and you can think that you're getting away and you're disguising it. And when I look at, because one of the things that first got him in trouble was in the audit was that he had a plane. He was taking a private plane because he was a pastor, and he was flying that plane back to his church on Sundays. And they're like, wait a minute, the enrollment at Kentucky State is down, and the money, and you're just blowing money, on this. And it just speaks of any time that the alumni bases, friends of these universities are not actively involved, um, and actively staying abreast to what's going on at their university, this kind of stuff happens. And it just didn't start. You know what I'm saying? Like he understood what he could and what he couldn't get away with. But when times get hard, uh, COVID forced a lot of our schools to face some really harsh music. You know what I'm saying? Like it forced us to look at some things because we're changing the way that we're doing school, the changing landscape of how a lot of kids are using community college. How a lot of high schools are allowing them to get these community college credits before they get to our HBCUs. So because we're not competing, in that sphere where kids would come to Kentucky State for 4 years, now they're only coming for 2. Like these are all policies that are just coming down the pipeline that are impacting, negatively impacting, especially our rural HBCUs. Now, I talk about this in Tuskegee. Now, one thing about it, people can say whatever they want to say, but I meant when I talk about it all. Rural HBCUs are in a predicament. You see the exodus of Black people from these communities, especially like Tuskegee. I can really speak for that. Tuskegee has like a 10% exodus of the population. They have an aging population. All the young people are moving away. That it will negatively impact your university. No matter how we look at it, I'm always saying the growth of our universities are tied to the individual cities and the counties and towns that we live in, the states that we live in. Of course, we know Kentucky, the GOP, the Republican, and some of the policies they're putting in place. Kentucky State is just in a weird predict. They're in a bad place, and so I just think that it needs to be watched closely, and I want their alumni and their friends and people who have a vested interest in HBCUs, the same way the HBCU community wrapped around JSU when those people were attacking them. I would like to see that same kind of unity for Kentucky State right now, because they're in a dire state, to be completely honest with you.
So, and this is just on and what that was just for the only season 2019 that this player played.
Yeah, and yeah, it was 2019. I think it was 8 games. I think they won 7 games that year.
Yeah.
And so I think it's gonna, if they vacate, they're gonna vacate. Now, mind you, they haven't. I mean, you can use your context clues to see what games they're gonna vacate. Like NCAA didn't list the vacated games because there's still like some things they're working out. So this is really fresh. I think what it came out a week ago, but then they have to appeal, and then the NCAA has to accept the resolution. That whole process that they have to kind of go through. I was reading how Kentucky State, some of the things that they want to put in place to kind of like, curb what the NCAA will do. But it's like that on top of what they're already going through is what's making it, even more, because they are catching it on the academic side. The institution is catching it. Now, athletics, which, some will argue is the front door for some institution. Now, to have that, you got a new coach who was coming in. You were thinking that he was going to come in and build. Now he has that. He has that burden, because when you go and recruit guys, you got to tell them, like, that's the rule. When you're on probation, when you recruit a guy, listen, we can't play for a championship because we're on probation, and if you already down to 22 scholarships, my God, how does that, like that's really impactful on the institution.
Right. Yeah, man. I just wanted to get your perspective about that. what are your predictions as far as with the SIAC this coming up season, and who you think can stop that juggernaut in Benedict and Chinnisberry down there in Columbia?
Now you want to get me in trouble because I say this every time. Now the Benedict people, now my mention gonna keep my mentions on fire. The SIC is wide open. It's a wide open conference. There's a lot of change. There's a lot of um, 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 philosophical change going on in the SIC with the coaches that they hire. With
Mm-hmm.
Albany State hiring a more pass heavy coach, Kentucky State being hiring a air raid coach. Um, of course, you got new coach at Tuskegee, which he was the offense coordinator last year. So you think about what really would change under that. Um, you got Lane, who's out here recruiting heavy. You got Morehouse, and I don't know, a lot of people are sleeping on Morehouse, but after the conversations I've personally had with a Morehouse coach, because he came into our space, um, the way that he talks and the guys that he's going to get, I think Morehouse is going to be competitive year one. I think the transfer portal takes away that whole idea of um, that whole idea of 2 or 3 years to turn a program around now.
Right.
A year or two, you can turn a program around now and not that Morehouse is going to essentially use the transfer portal because he talked about that, but it's the fact that because other schools use a transfer portal, there are high school kids that probably wouldn't think to go D2 now will go D2 because, the other schools they're playing around in the portal. They're getting those types of guys. So
Right.
uh, so I don't think some people may think that Benedict is for the favorite. I think their defense is strong, but basically replacing your whole offensive line, replacing your quarterback. You got a new offensive coordinator. Those are a lot of things to overcome for offense, and you still got to score points. I think their defense will be solid, and I think they will still be hard to score on. But I'm just not sure. Their schedule is more favorable than a lot of the other schools, but um, it's there. And to be honest with you, they have to run a table in order to get in the playoff. They only have 9 games.
Right.
And with other D2 schools playing 10, 11 game schedules, the calculations just don't work out in their favor. They don't make the championship game, or even if they lose one game, like it's going to be hard for them. So they have to do it, and I just don't see them running through the conference that way. So to me, it's Fort Valley's and Tuskegee's conference to lose, but I have my eye on Edward Waters. To be honest with you, I think Edward Waters is the sleeper in the conference.
Oh, okay. Man, I thank you for coming on, man. Is we had to get that cleared up because we want to make sure everything was good. Nah, but this is my guy right here, y'all. Because if y'all want to know something about HBCU football, especially with the SIAC, y'all really need to be in tap with this man right here because he knows a lot about that, and that's where I get my info from. Because if I don't get it from nobody else, I'm gonna get it from this guy right here. But I thank you though, man.
No, I appreciate you for having me, and just everybody out there, just keep Kentucky State in your prayers. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's really important. We have to band together so that show that HBCU unity.
All right, man. You have a good one, bro.
All right, you too now.
Uh-huh. Man, that was a word right there. That was a word right there. I'm gonna let y'all know in the chat. Yes, he did. He did get slide. He did get slick with us on Twitter. But like I said, it was all in. It was all in jest. It was all in fun, man. But at the end of the day, who I bring on this show is my decision, Mr. Rusty. But so So I understandably, like I said, I understand most people in here, everybody in here, we all family, just stay family and everything. But I cover everybody. I have to cover everybody. I just can't. There's a reason why I got the name HBCU Overdrive. I cover everything, cover everything. But um, but we gonna keep it respectable. keep it respectful. We're gonna keep it funky inside this chat. But if somebody do get fly, y'all already know what to do. All right. All right. All right. But anyway, man. Anyway, I am about to shut this thing down for the night. Boston is giving Miami a headache right now. And I don't know what Tatum is doing right now, but they is giving them the business. It is halftime. Tatum got 18 points and 5 rebounds right now. Jaylen Brown with 11 and 5. Man, look. Jimmy Butler got 15 at the half. Kyle Lowry with 13. Bam Adebayo with 9 and 5. So, yeah. Hey, Blue, Celtics in 5. And what'd you say? Celtics in 5. So I'm just saying though. And then the Lakers and Denver, they play tomorrow. I don't know what they're gonna do with that man Jokic. That man is a problem, y'all. That is a problem right there. But yeah, man, it's all good. Everything's winding down with with HBCU baseball SWAC tournament. I think it starts next week, if I'm not mistaken. So be on the lookout for that. Mr. Ford.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Well, you got anything to say before I shut it down tonight?
Let's see. Now, I wanted to say that. Yeah, we have to watch out for these other schools because I was in school. It was 119 HBCUs. Aren't we down to 100 now?
107.
107. Okay, so yeah, we got to be vigilant now. We got to watch over our schools. We can't let them take our schools away from us.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Tatum giving them the blues right now.
Yeah. What's the score now?
66-57 is at halftime right now.
And it's Boston leading?
Yeah, Boston winning. Well, it's 66-59. They just started the third quarter. So
Okay. Now when the Lakers play again?
Tomorrow, I think.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that again. That's gonna be a good series.
San Antonio getting the number 1 pick.
Oh yeah, man.
They're gonna get Victor Wembanyama, so
yeah.
He is gone to San Antonio. So no other team don't even need to look for anybody else. So
he's gonna bring Pop back again, huh?
That's it.
How many championships is Pop? How many NBA finals he won?
5.
Woo! So that's what this kid is. Once they get him right, there'll be 4 more. One.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Who owns the San Antonio Spurs now?
It's.
Did y'all have a Bass family, or what was the name of that family?
Nah, it's the. I'm trying to figure out who it is. R.C. Buford is the general manager.
I remember his name. R.C. Yeah, I remember him. I
forgot who owns. Oh, Peter Holt.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, when you coming back, Doc?
Probably, I might do something tomorrow, but if not, it'll be Friday.
Did Blue say anything about that kid from Southern I was asking him about?
Let me see.
Did he say anything about that kid?
He said it's desperation.
He didn't think they should be going after that kid from Oklahoma.
I mean, if he can go after him, you can go after him, but
yeah, because you never get enough quarterbacks, man.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Because I've seen too many teams be doing well. Quarterback go out and then they can't win another game. I'm not for that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you need at least 7 or 8.
No, you
I think
need.
7 or 8 need to be on campus.
Yeah, you need about that many in
Yeah,
room.
yeah, I think so too. Because it's the way football is played now. Quarterback is the most important position.
He said he gotta go watch some film, so he gonna watch the film on him, so he'll get back to us. Hey,
Yeah, yeah,
just let me know, Blue. I'll be back. I should be back on Friday, man. I'll be back Friday night. Uh, Doc Rivers getting fired, so
yeah, yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. That's that Jason Tatum, ain't it? He's responsible for that.
oh yeah. But then also James Harden and Joel Embiid
Oh
not
Lord.
showing up in the final game.
Yes, they did. Man, that second half was terrible.
Does not bode well for your team.
No, it doesn't. That's true.
Um, Monty Williams getting fired by Phoenix, which I think that was dumb.
I think because you traded away your whole bench. They
Yeah,
gave the whole bench away for my man KD.
KD. I said it like this: your team, your defense went down when you traded Mikal Bridges.
Right. Yeah, that's right. They hurt him. I didn't understand why they let him go. He's a Villanova kid too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you
Now where did he go? Did he go to Brooklyn?
he's in Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn.
They
Okay.
gonna sign. They sign. I think they're gonna sign him to a big deal. So
Yeah.
keep him there.
Yeah. He's a good man. I like Bridges.
But yeah, like literally, yeah, man. Budenholzer because he lost in the first round.
Right. But he'll get another job now.
He'll get another. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a Greg Popovich.
That's right. That's what I say. He'll get another job.
So like to me, it just like these coach like I think somebody was saying this shows you how there are sorry players in the NBA and how sorry the players can impact if a coach stays or he goes.
Now that big old kid not big old kid, the big boy in Phoenix, he was kind of when he kind of trashed during the playoffs.
I think in certain games he gave up.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he was terrible. Ayton, ain't his name Ayton?
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, I thought he was terrible, man.
What you thought? Wait a minute. Blue said Shane Hooks was in Auburn on yesterday.
Shane Hooks was at Auburn?
Yeah.
I thought he went to Ole Miss.
Nah, he decommitted.
And you know what? I could see them taking him. With that system that I could see him, yeah, I could see that guy taking him at Auburn, man.
They said the game tied up. The game is tied.
Shane is what, 6'5", 6'6"?
6'4".
6'4", jumps out yeah, I could see them taking him.
Ooh, they tied the game up. That's crazy.
Well, listen, Doc, let me ask you this. Now, I got to ask about my school. What you hearing about Grambling? What's going on over there?
I haven't heard too much anything about Grambling other than
Did we get any boys from that portal? How many kids did we get?
I haven't. I have to check and see because I haven't really.
Is Blue still on? Blue still on the line?
Yeah, Blue.
Blue, what did we get out the portal at Grambling? He said anything?
I haven't seen.
He put that thing.
Not yet.
I just, if we could get our quarterback situation together, I think Grambling can roll.
Yeah.
We got to get that quarterback situation. I still don't know. I don't think it's that Calvez kid. I just don't. I don't think it's him. But I think that's who they want to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
What,
So they got a linebacker from Memphis.
oh, they did?
Mm-hmm. I did see that one. I did see that one. They got the linebacker. He's out of Memphis.
The blue say how many we got? How many did we do? 7, 8, 9? What? How many kids did we take from the portal?
Y'all got a couple of. They got a couple of old linemen from Louisiana Tech.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no size on them.
I don't know. They probably like I don't know. They probably about a good three.
6'5", 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm about to shut this thing down so I can
Hey
go
man.
and everybody over to Ken Clark.
Hey, have a good night, man.
All right, you have a good one, Mr. Ford.
Okay, y'all be good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's 115 people in here. Make sure we have over 115 likes. Make sure we get 115 subscribers. Also, you want to go ahead and donate to the channel, you can hit the Cash App at hold on. I mean, you can hit the Cash App at HBCU OverDrive. And also you can do a super chat, super stickers, super thanks. Um, all donations go back towards the channel, does not go in the pocket. So just let everybody know. But I thank everybody that came on tonight. As always, we always gonna have a great show. We always gonna be turned up and everything. Thank my guy, D2 HBCU football, for coming on and explaining to me about what's going on with Kentucky State and with the D2 schools in the HBCU ranks. Always Mr. Ford coming on and giving us his expertise. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like the stream. Make sure you comment, share, and most of all, subscribe. Make sure you can become a member of the OverDrive family. We have 2 tiers, OverDrive Purple, OverDrive Blue. You get everything exclusive. You get everything before I let me know when I go on live, when I have videos posted, when I do polls, when I do text, everything. You get it before everybody else. Also, the channel is sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. Go ahead and check out their merch that on their page. Like I said, Black owned from New York. Hey, it's all good. Other than that, this has been HBCU Tonight in collaboration with the HBCU OverDrive family, where all HBCUs matter. Just hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU OverDrive. But until then, we'll be back on Friday. If you got any ideas to talk about, email me. Hopefully I get something back from the SWAC office as far as media credentials for SWAC Media Day. So, like I said, this is a big thing. We trying to do big things right here. But other than that, as always, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and y'all stay dangerous. We'll be back Friday night. Peace.